Beneath quiet stone lies the story of a sea ruler whose shadow once owned the Cretaceous waves.
Mosasaurus was an apex predator of the late Cretaceous, built for power, pursuit, and surprise. Its body was a living torpedo, with a tail designed to drive sudden bursts in open water.
Its world stretched across coastlines, river mouths, reefs, and deep blue twilight. From bone to breath, we return to the ocean of 66 million years ago. The open sea looks endless, but it is ruled by invisible territories. Abyss moves with silence that belies his size. Old scars mark a life earned through dominance and precision. In the presence of an apex hunter, even the sea seems to rearrange itself. He is not a mindless brute. He is a strategist of depth and timing. The coastal shelf is a marketplace of prey and danger. Here, ambush can be more efficient than pursuit.
A single approach reshapes an entire school's behavior.
He chooses targets that promise more reward than risk.
River mouths are seasonal highways of life and of opportunity.
Even other hunters yield space to the largest shadow. A burst of speed, a perfectly timed strike, then silence returns.
Surface feeders and deep hunters share the same feast in different layers. He avoids the risk of shallow chaos when deeper lanes offer control.
Between feeding grounds, he becomes a long-distance traveler.
The tail is his engine, built for explosive starts.
Below the bright surface lies a colder theater of silhouettes. In this twilight, size becomes invisibility. Here, even big animals must watch their blind angles. A hunter of this scale can afford patience. In deep water, the decisive moment is often seen only in the wake.
Victory in the deep is measured by energy saved, not drama displayed.
He returns to the shelf, where geography gives him options. The lagoon is a colorful illusion of safety. A giant hunter respects tight spaces that could slow his turn. Ancient shells and living schools create a maze of movement. Even in clear water, shadow can be a weapon. The ecosystem rearranges around a single apex presence. Every territory leaves its signature on the body. In open ocean, dominance is partly about endurance. But no king rules without challengers. Two giants meet with restraint before aggression.
In many predators, display reduces the need for costly battles. A retreat can be a smart investment in survival.
As currents change, the seaway offers a new surge of food. He hunts by controlling the exit routes of prey. A single burst turns abundance into opportunity.
The shelf becomes Abyss's hunting stage of choice. His skull is built for gripping large prey with relentless pressure.
Even a giant sometimes hunts where light is brightest.
Not all mosasaurs are born into dominance. Some begin in sheltered nurseries.
For the young, speed and caution must grow together.
The adult's presence shapes the nursery's safety like a moving wall.
Learning is survival in miniature. The twilight zone is a frontier the young should enter carefully. Abyss knows that the deep holds larger threats than hunger. In this world, mythic shapes may have lurked beyond the light.
Experience is often inherited through observation.
A giant survives by turning efficiently, not impulsively. Feeding lanes tighten as daylight lowers. He lets lesser hunters stir the school into predictable shapes.
Then he claims the moment when chaos peaks. As seasons shift, so does the king's route. From above, he is a moving continent. The deeper he travels, the quieter the ocean becomes. He hunts with mathematics of energy, not reckless spectacle. In the twilight, the outcome is written in speed and surprise. Even the greatest hunter must surface at intervals to fuel life. A brief touch with air, then back to the Blue Empire.
When conditions soften, nurseries flourish.
The young learn to turn curiosity into skill.
Growth may have been solitary at times, but safe zones bring young together. He guards a corridor that connects food to safety.
A challenger returns when resources are richest.
Speed, size, and confidence are measured in seconds. The king's rule is reaffirmed without a catastrophic fight. Then the ocean changes its face. A veteran knows that storms are not to be challenged. The surface becomes a war zone of wind and water.
For the young, survival means staying small and smart.
Sheltered lagoons act like life rafts for vulnerable hunters. Even an apex predator must sometimes only endure. In brief flashes, we remember how enormous he truly is. After chaos, opportunity returns quickly in the sea.
the river mouth blossoms with renewed life. The food web reassembles in clean new patterns. Abyss claims the largest share without needless display.
He follows routes that balance abundance with safety. A hunter this large must read vibration and silhouette-like language. The king returns to the depths to maintain his edge. Some meals are chosen, others are postponed. In the deep, the ocean itself becomes the curtain. He returns from the twilight with the composure of a veteran. Growth transforms caution into controlled ambition.
The young learn to hunt without advertising their position.
The future swims beneath the present. A rival respects boundaries set by size and certainty.
Dominance is often a routine, not a single dramatic moment.
Evening compresses life into tighter ribbons. He hunts by controlling the geography of escape. The largest predator needs only one clean opening.
Like a living submarine, he travels where few can follow.
The sky's mood still shapes the sea's rhythm.
Not every day in an apex life is violent. Many are simply watchful.
Versatility is a hallmark of true dominance.
Fossils reveal how the tail evolved into a specialized swimming engine.
Its bite was built for gripping large, struggling prey in open water.
We reconstruct behavior by combining anatomy, ecology, and modern analogs.
In life, Abyss was not just a predator. He was an architect of fear and balance. Whole communities adjust to the route of a single giant. The deep remains his private court. Wisdom begins when the young learn what not to chase.
Skill grows fastest where risk is measured. Even challengers respect zones that cost too much to violate.
The ocean never stops testing the patience of giants.
And yet, life keeps returning to the same fertile corridors.
A true apex predator is defined by consistency.
The nursery thrives under the shadow of order. In the golden lair of the sea, he looks like a myth made real. Each scar is a chapter of survival, rather than a trophy of violence.
These bones are the quiet proof of the sea's ancient hierarchy.
Mosasaurus likely moved between habitats to track food and avoid unnecessary conflict.
In life, his empire was not built on rage, but on mastery.
Where water meets land, the food web becomes a precise machine. The next generation learns to rule its own smaller kingdom. The deep still belongs to those who can navigate darkness with calm. Even when storms threaten, experience keeps panic away. Apex predators can stabilize an ecosystem by shaping behavior. Prime Wildlife brings the ocean's lost rulers back with cinematic care.
If you enjoyed this deep-sea titan, please like this video to support our prehistoric series. Subscribe to Prime Wildlife for more dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and ancient ocean legends.
Comment below. Which Mosasaurus habitat fascinates you most? Reef, shelf, river mouth, or the twilight deep?
Share this episode with anyone who loves the mysteries of prehistoric seas.
Your support helps us bring the next primeval giants to life. The ocean's greatest stories are often told in quiet motion. In the seaway, life renews itself with every tide. Survival is a skill, and skill is a legacy. The king's route becomes a map of stability. In darkness, dominance is measured by calm. Watch another Prime Wildlife episode to dive deeper into lost worlds. Every like, comment, and subscription keeps these ancient oceans alive in our imagination. From a tooth and a vertebra, we rebuild a titan's life. The evidence is finite, but the story continues to evolve. Abyss stands for the ocean's ancient power, silent, precise, unstoppable when needed. And Nereus represents the next chapter of that lineage. The greatest hunters shape more than prey. They shape behavior.
Where waters merge, the ancient sea found its rhythm.
Even storms become part of a larger pattern of survival.
His empire was the horizon itself.
Today, we meet him again through the patience of science.
A reconstructed skeleton reminds us how the ocean once hosted dragons of reality.
This was Prime Wildlife's journey into the realm of Mosasaurus. Continue the adventure with our next prehistoric episode.
Thank you for protecting these stories by watching, sharing, and supporting the channel. This was Deep Sea Beast Hovmus Mosasaurus. Thank you for watching Prime Wildlife.